class. Today we're going to be learning about the immune system, starting with the key facts. The immune system is our body's natural defense system against threats, such as viruses and bacteria, and it helps destroy dead cells and the growth of tumor cells. The main part of the immune system is our white blood cells, which fight off pathogens. White blood cells are made in bone marrow and are stored in the spleen and thymus and move through our body in our bloodstream. There are 5 major types of white blood cells: monocytes, lymphocytes, neutrophils, basophils, and eosinophils. Monocytes help to break down bacteria. Lymphocytes create antibodies to defend against bacteria and viruses. Neutrophils kill and digest bacteria and fungi. Basophils alert the body when unknown agents invade your blood. And eosinophils attack and kill parasites, destroy cancer cells, and hurt with allergic responses. Vaccines are important because they introduce our body to trace amounts of a virus or bacteria, and our white blood cells interact with the foreign substance and make new antibodies for the use of fighting off that specific pathogen, allowing us to have a better chance at surviving if we were to come into contact with that same pathogen again.
But what are antibodies?
Antibodies are large, Y-shaped proteins that bind to inactive foreign substances and neutralize them to help with phagocytosis, aka cell eating. Antibodies work for specific diseases, but more antibodies are produced when the body has come into contact with more pathogens, which we call adaptive immunity. When we get sick, our symptoms are a sign of the immune system doing its job. When we get a cold, nasal hair catches pathogens in the air, and our body responds with a powerful sneeze, driving them out of the body and keeping us safe. Another response of the body is that we produce more mucus, which traps pathogens, and by blowing our nose, we are removing pathogens from the body.
This is boring. Achoo!
Look, it's your immune system in action.
But how are we going to remember all of this?
I'm doing this tonight. You're probably gonna start a fight. Innate immunity, first line of defense. Skin secretions and mucus. So now I've made it through to the second line. Now I am immune. Vaccines gonna rely on me. It ain't no lie. I wanna see lymphocytes, T and B. Bye-bye. Don't wanna be a host for you. Just another system in your game for two. You may kill me, but it ain't no lie. Bacteria, bye-bye-bye. Don't wanna have a resistance. I just wanna tell you that cells eat microbes. It might sound crazy, but it ain't no lie. Bye-bye-bye. You just hit me with blood cells. Now, girl, I've got diseases. HIV, Zika, and the plague. Don't wanna get HIV. Human immunodeficiency. It might sound crazy, but it leads to AIDS. It hit the world in the 80s. Zika hit most recently from mosquitoes and blood. Bye-bye-bye. Don't want the facts, can't take no more. Water, sanitation, food air quality. All lead to disease outbreaks. Bye-bye-bye. Don't really want to make it tough. I just want to tell you that I've had enough. It might sound crazy, but it ain't no lie, baby. Bye-bye-bye. I'm giving up, I know for sure. Just know that when you cough, I'll be back for more. I'm checking out, I'm signing off. This won't be another outbreak of bubonic plague. Vaccines took out polio, measles and rubella, so I'm leaving you behind. I'm working with the circulatory, immunitary, lymphatic and skeletal system. Transport first line of defense, producing leukocytes. Stem cells will become white blood cells. Don't wanna make it tough, I just wanna tell you that I've had enough. It might sound crazy, but it ain't no lie. Bye, bye, bye.
And that's how you remember the immune system.
What just happened? Wow. I have a lot of questions.
Are you recording? Oh, okay. Wow, so the first line of defense, or innate immunity, is all of our physical and chemical barriers.
That's right. And your second line of defense is known as the nonspecific resistance, which is your antigens, which produce a response to the antibodies. The antibodies are dangerous because they can neutralize antigens and break them down. But your antigens can also activate T and B cells, which produce cytotoxin and directly destroy microbes.
But how do vaccines work?
Vaccines are basically a very small amount of bacteria or virus that is injected and introduced to your body so that your immune system can build a defense. The immune system is able to create antibodies against the harmful antigens, and if you are ever to come in contact with a certain illness, your body will be able to fight it off. For example, you don't hear of as many cases of polio because the vaccine has created a strong herd immunity.
How does our immune system work with different systems again?
The immune system works extensively with the circulatory system, which transports white blood cells and antibodies throughout the body in our bloodstream. Our immune system also works with the integumentary system, which is another word for our skin because it serves as our first line of defense. Your epidermis protects your body and produces more melanin to block harmful UV rays and create a physical barrier. Our lymphatic system is what produces leukocytes, which is our white blood cells for the immune system. White blood cells get rid of foreign substances and are stored in our blood and lymphatic tissues. The immune system also works with the skeletal system because bone marrow contains stem cells which can be turned into white blood cells.
Are there any more functions we need to know about?
Yes, the thymus is an important gland because it develops and trains T cells, which are cells that respond to stimulation. You should also know about cilia, which is microscopic hair-like structures and or organelles that extend from the surface of cells and keep airways clear by using motion to propel harmful things out of the body or alert the presence of a foreign body.
What do mucus and saliva do?
Your mucus creates a strong barrier against microbes and traps pathogens down when you're sick. You produce more mucus if ill because the body is trying to get rid of these pathogens. Your saliva contains enzymes that break down cell walls and are constantly protecting you from countless microbes which you may encounter.
Wow, who knew that the immune system does so much for you?
Wow.
Fun
facts
about the immune system.
Did you know that there used to be such a thing as a chickenpox party? People would get together if someone had chickenpox and put everyone together so that everyone got infected. That way, they were exposed to the virus just like a vaccine. Today, we don't need to have chickenpox parties and everyone needs to suffer from chickenpox. Now, you can get a chickenpox vaccine.
Did you know that sunlight and laughter can boost your immune system? The sunlight can stimulate the vitamin D and T cells of your immune system.
Did you know that
before the immune system was clearly understood, it was all thought that the body's sicknesses were centralized around 4 humors, also known as 4 areas around the body. Those humors are
melancholic, phlegmatic, caloric, and sanguine. The immune system is one of the most important systems of your body because it's how you keep functioning and stay alive. So it's important to keep your immune system happy and healthy by supporting it with a great diet. That includes eating foods like ginger and kale. Ginger is antibacterial and helps fend off bacteria and infections so that you can stay healthy. Ginger is also a natural blood thinner and acts as an anti-inflammatory.
Did you know that the Chinese fought off smallpox by rubbing scabs that had smallpox in it onto a healthy person's arm?
They were one of the first to create arm-to-arm inoculation.
the Chinese also, prior to the establishment of how the immune system actually worked, they had this belief where, and I believe they still do, they have this belief where if you're sick, there's a bodily imbalance. So you know the yin and the yang? What the Chinese believe is that the yin and the yang, there's some force overpowering the other, meaning, which is why you're sick. You have cancer, there's probably a yin and a yang imbalance. You have the flu, you have a cold, there's probably a yin and a yang imbalance. Oh, hi there. Did you know that the Komodo dragon's immune system is especially strong, mainly due to the fact that their tongues have 57 different bacteria?
Did you know that alligators have very strong immune systems? Alligator blood has killed the herpes simplex virus and HIV.
Oh, hey, did you know that plants can get sick too? In fact, they have their own pathogen called viroids.
Oh hey, did you know that another disease that affected people's immune system was the plague, otherwise known as the Black Death? It hit quite a while ago, and people believed that it came from rats on sailors' ships and would infest cities. But in actuality, it came from the fleas on the rats. So poor rats. Back then, people believed that the Black Death was a punishment for their sins,